We all experience unhappiness one way or another. Some of us from lack of fulfillment, some of us from lack of finances, and some of us just don't know what would make us happy, keeping us in a constant funk. In today's video, we discuss the perception of happiness and whether it's possible to achieve it. One common cause of unhappiness is the pain of comparison. Human beings tend to be very competitive. We have a natural inclination to want to be the best. One study found that nearly half of the people surveyed would rather make $50,000 a year in a world where the average salary is $25,000, as opposed to $100,000 in a world where the average salary is $200,000. This means most people would prefer to be better than average, even if it meant less money. We would much rather do better than another person than do better for ourselves. This instinct comes from our survival traits in prehistoric times. The most competitive individuals were more likely to obtain high-quality resources that could give their group an evolutionary advantage. This shows that it is innate in us to try and compete against another person. But what happens when this desire takes over you? What happens when this desire makes you feel inferior to others? Maybe the pursuit of happiness is what is making you unhappy in the first place. You feel that if you just get more money, you'll be fine. If I just get the girl of my dreams, my life would be 10 times better. Is this true? The problem with this mindset is that it doesn't take into account what is called hedonic adaptation. This is the theory that our level of happiness will return to default once we experience life changes or achieve the goals we set out to accomplish. For example, let's say you buy a Ferrari. When you buy it, at first you feel elated to have this luxury car that not many people have. You post it on the gram, pick up a few models, and life is good. Once that initial high wears off and you become accustomed to the car, it starts to feel just like another car, and you want to replace the feeling you had when you first bought it. This leads to another common misconception. Does money buy happiness? This is an age-old question, a question that if you ask 10 people, you might get 10 different answers. This can be true if used correctly. Money can keep you fed. It can help take care of your family and give you the security you need. People that focus on these things tend to come away happier than people that want it for external validation. When we attach our self-esteem to our finances based on how we look or come across to the world, it can never be enough. No matter how many people validate you because of the material things you show to the world, you will always have detractors. Take social media, for example. We could post a picture and get 1,000 likes and hundreds of positive comments. But there will always be at least 1 or 2 negative comments. These negative comments will overshadow the positive ones. This is why internal validation is important. If you are at peace with who you are, the less material things you need to fill that void. You will not feel like you have so much to prove. The pressure of fitting in will be much less, and you will find peace in more simple things, like time with family, kind gestures from others, and many more. There is also the accomplishment paradox. We sometimes look at our accomplishments and achievements for fulfillment. As referenced in the video, we sacrifice current enjoyment for the pursuit of something greater. These accomplishments appeal to our ego. We feel that if we reach these goals, it would make us a better person or give us a higher sense of self-worth.
I used to think I was not enough. I did not value self. So on the back of this watch, it simply says, comparison is the thief of joy. So I take this, and every time I feel uncomfortable or of low self-worth, I just give it a little reminder, and it reminds me that I am enough and I'm worthy of love. And on the other side, it says memento mori, for when my head gets too big, I need to remember that I'm human and I am above no one. And always remember where I came from and remember those that support me, that I don't do it alone. So I have one side for when I think my ego is too big and one side for when I don't feel enough.
In the clip, John talks about 2 things, low self-esteem and ego. He mentions that he has a watch that is engraved on both sides. One side reminds him how great he is, and the other reminds him to stay humble and not to feel above anyone. When it comes to your overall happiness, perspective is key. Not getting too high nor getting too low can help you understand what's important. When you have low self-esteem, you feel the need to do more in order to feel accomplished, while if you're too arrogant, you lose touch with reality, and nothing can satisfy you no matter what you accomplish. In pursuing happiness, it's important to remember that happiness is a temporary state regardless of financial situation or social status. Although it is better to have than to have not, having these things will not always give you the long-term fulfillment we chase every day. Appreciate the little things in life and don't sweat it. We all have ups and downs, but remember to spread joy to others, and the universe will give it back tenfold. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. If you want more Stoic motivational content like this, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you in the next one.